morning. It's Debbie at Energy Exchange Virtual Online Training. Waiting for you guys to see that we're live. Taking just a minute. Hi, Allison. Nice to see you. Thank you. All right, Randy. We're going to get started in a second. Let's just give people a second to know that we're on live and get this yoga practice off the ground. So find yourself in a comfortable seat for a few moments anyway. And just bring yourself into, the awareness of your mat, your time, your space, before we start some physical movement and breathing, pranayama. Hope you're all doing well. Ending my 9th week, so I think we're becoming pretty routine. So I'm going to get started. We're in a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you, whether it means cross-legged or half lotus, or even if that's just too much, then go to a child's pose and feel free to make any changes as you need. If you're sitting up with me, just rock side to side and allow the sitting bones, or allow yourself to sit slightly in front of the sitting bones, or sit on a block or something that will lift you up. And then bring your hands on top of your knees and close your eyes and gaze down to the tip of your nose. Shoulders compressing down towards each other and down towards your tailbone. Keeping space between your ears and your shoulders, keeping that nice long spine, cervical spine. And begin to fill up your belly, ribs, and chest without lifting your shoulders up. And then begin to empty it out, drawing the navel point inward, pelvic floor lifting upward, and drawing the ribs towards the hips at the same time. So a couple of rounds of this easy breath, just breathing in and emptying out. And just imagine that you're standing above yourself or next to yourself and observing your body as you breathe. What's happening in your body as you breathe? Again, the shoulders should not rise and fall. They're postural muscles, not breathing muscles. So relax the shoulders. The more you can relax your body, the more you can get out of it. So fill up completely and empty out completely. And then continue this breath and keeping your eye gaze towards the tip of your nose. Bring your hands to your heart center. And again, filling up and expanding belly, ribs, and chest. Begin to observe how the breath moves through your body from the base of your spine to the crown of your head in this upward spiraling fashion. And then just allow the softness to come to your space, to your body, to your mind, and allow for stillness, quiet, peace, contentment. Take your thumbs to your third eye, the space between the two brows, maybe gently massaging that space. And then bow forward, keeping your hips on the floor. Release your arms down and walk them out in front of you. Push your hips back towards your heels with a slight rounded, like a cat spine a little bit. Pull the belly in, relax the shoulders, hang your head. Inhale, rise up. Walk to your right side. Left hand towards right. Maybe it touches, maybe not yet. And then chin to chest, round your spine, relax your shoulders and pull the belly in. Inhale, rise up and walk over to the other side. So for me, this is a more open side. Round your back, relax the shoulders down, relax ear away from shoulders, pushing hips back to heels, or to the floor. And inhale, rise back up, walk forward again. Maybe you have a little more space this time. And then draw the chin to the chest as you walk your fingertips back in. Lift your chest up. Roll backwards away from your sitting bones. Pull the belly in. Stretch the legs and shift the cross of your legs. So just shake it out. And, you know, I always tell you we have a habitual side of everything. So if you are familiar with how you sat, you'll just crisscross it. And now you might find a little bit more discomfort is not such a great word, but it won't be as easy and comfortable because it's not our regular side. So once again, walk your hands out. Stop where you start to feel the first pull of the hips without lifting them off the floor. Take a breath in. Empty it out and walk your hands as far out as you can this time without losing the hip connection to the earth. And then push the heel of the hands down to round your spine a little bit more. Hang your head. And then inhale, pull your chest through, lift your chest up, walk your hands back, lean back, shake it out. Just rub out your knees, give it a little bit of a shake, and then swing your legs around to either side. Come to your hands and knees. Move on your mat where you need. Tuck your toes underneath you, dip your belly, arch your back. And then round and curl your spine. Release the tops of your feet, chin to chest, head hangs down. Inhale, come to a neutral position. Take your right arm out in front of you, thumb up. And we're going to circle the arm back and around a couple times. Big circular motions, all the way back and around. And then reverse that motion, all the way up, back and around. And then hold it up over your right shoulder, spread your fingers up. And then draw it underneath your left arm, back of your head towards the floor. Reaching your left arm forward and your right arm towards your left side. Maybe your shoulder touches, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you have another variation that you'd like to take here, a bind, a leg up in the air, a little bit of both. You choose where you need to be. Inhale and exhale. So just threading this needle, finding a little release in your shoulders. Inhale to center, walk your arms out in front of you. Keep the heel of the hand down and press through the chin and chest. Do a good deep stretch for the front of your shoulders and chest. And then chin to chest, round your spine. Your arms are outstretched. And then just come forward a little bit. Drop your belly, drop your hips. And push back into a child's pose. One breath here. Reach the arms forward and the hips back. Inhale, rise up to hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Take your left arm, thumb up into the air, and circle backwards a couple times. Just making that motion through your shoulders. And then reversing all the way back and around. Big stretch. And then left arm comes up over your shoulder, look up at it. Take it underneath your right arm, back of your head towards the floor. Right arm reaches out in front of you. Breathe in and breathe out. So again, reaching in two directions. Maybe your right leg's going to come up. Maybe you bind. Maybe you do a little of both. On the next breath, bring your left arm out in line with your right arm, chin and chest to the floor. Big stretch for the front of the chest and shoulders. And then this time, let's put the forearms to the floor and just roll yourself down to the floor, maybe through a little bit of a plank, and then rest on your pubic bone or above your pubic bone, below your hip bones in your Sphinx pose. So pull your shoulders back away. Keep pushing forward like you want to bring your hips to your arms. And lift your chest up. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Good, chin to chest. You're going to hear a loud roar of a cat in a second. Chin to chest, just bring your chin down. And push back to a child's pose. Sit all the way back. Hips on your heels, arms outstretched. Breathe into the sides of your body. Spread your breath, spread your fingers. And then inhale, rise up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your knees off the mat. Come into a soft downward dog, meaning keep the knees bent. And keep the chest towards the thighs, let your head hang down. Press the right hand into the floor and bend the left knee.
pushing your right hip off to the right side. And then bend, press your left hand and bend your right knee. Push your hips off to the left side. And then keep both heels of the hands evenly pressing in as you bend both knees, chest towards your thighs, turbo dog. Now listen to the hum of the cat. Come forward, hanging the knees, hovering over the floor. Resist the earth. Push against the floor. Knees down, child's pose, arms out. Sit on your heels, bring your arms overhead. Just reach up, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, extend forward. Inhale, rise to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adding on to a high plank, shoulders over wrists. Knees down, child's pose, all the way back. Sit on your heels. Inhale, bring the arms with you. Exhale, extend out. Rise to your hands and knees, toes tucked, downward facing dog. Inhale to high plank, adding on knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, low cobra. Keep it close, elbows in, crown of the head forward. Seat to heels, child's pose, all the way back. Inhale on your heels, arms up. Take the arms all the way up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, plank, knees down, chest and chin down. Inhale, low cobra. This time lift the arms and lift the legs. Squeeze the elbows by your side. Shalambhasana variation. Exhale, down, seat to heels, child's pose. One more time, rise to sit up on your heels, arms up. Extend arms out in front of you. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, plank to knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, low cobra, arms lift, legs lift. Exhale, child's pose. Sit back on your heels one more time, all the way up. This time, just bring prayer to your heart as you exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Good. Return your arms back over your head and come up onto your shins. Reach your arms all the way up. Draw the ribs down towards the hips. Tuck the tailbone underneath you. And then release your hands so they're on your back, fingers in either direction, and pushing your hips forward as you push your back into your hands, elbows squeezed together, lifting higher. Imagine that you've got that nice big stability ball behind you and you're just going to round your back over it. Back to center, inhale. Arms reach up as you exhale. Hands to floor, downward facing dog. Find your way into your dog. Bend your right knee, press your left heel to the floor. Again, the opposing arm is pressing a little deeper into the floor. And then switch sides. Right arm, left heel, or left heel lifts. Back to center on your toes. Lift your kneecaps up. Press your chest towards your thighs, biceps by your ears. Inhale, high plank, Downward dog, hips up. Soften your knees and walk to the front of your mat. Take your time. Find little tiny movements there. Forward fold over your legs, hips width apart, 2 fists in between your feet. And sway a little side to side. Start to feel your body, what's going on here. Chin to chest, hang your head, push through your feet. Lift up your pelvic floor muscles, draw your belly to your spine. Really round your back without any effort here. And then roll up slowly. Take your time as you rise up, roll the shoulders back and around a couple times. Bring the arms all the way up over your head. Interlace your fingers, turn the palms inside out, reach up and over to the right side. So I just moved out of the frame or into the frame a little bit. Lift up and over to that right side. Inhale back to center. Exhale up and over to the left side. Inhale back to center. Open up your arms, arch back, tuck that tailbone, and exhale, fold over your legs. Hang your head, sway a little side to side. Come back to center, grab opposite elbows, hang your body in half, and breathe. Inhale, and exhale. Pull your arms apart from each other. And then switch the cross of your arms, just like we did with our legs earlier, the less habitual side. And then relax the arms, let them dangle, roll up through your spine. Take your time. Shoulders roll back and around a couple times. Come back to your feet touching at the top of your mat, hands in prayer. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way up over your head. Exhale, swan dive all the way down to the floor, hands on floor, shins, or on blocks. Halfway lift, inhale, maybe your hands go to your shins here. Exhale, forward fold, right leg steps back, right knee comes to the floor. Lift your arms up off the floor, push your hips forward, shoulders drop. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog, hips up. Inhale, forward, right leg forward, left knee down, or left knee down, right leg forward, you choose. Hips press forward, arch back. Exhale, hands down, toes tuck, left to right, step forward, halfway lift. Breath out, exhale. Ragdoll to stand all the way up, bring the arms with you. Take the arms back down as you empty out, fold all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale. Left leg steps back, exhale, knee down. Inhale, arms up, push those hips forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Inhale, right knee down, left leg forward, arms come up. Lift your heart up. Exhale, hands down, right foot to left foot, top of your mat. So just warming the body up in all directions. Exhale, forward fold. And this time, ragdoll to stand all the way up. Roll the shoulders back and around. Heel toe your feet together. Bring your hands together in prayer. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Release hands to floor, shins, or blocks. Halfway lift, inhale. Now, right leg's going to step back as you exhale. Hold here or go to your knee. Left knee over your ankle, and just hold the pose, hold the posture. Hold the feeling of drawing that left hip inward, right hip or everything else towards midline. Breathe. And now turn your right foot on its side and find Warrior One, arms up. So as we come into Warrior One, left knee is over the ankle, in line with your hip, in line with second, third toes. Right toes are about 45 degrees turned forward. Shoulders and hips are turned forward. So if your toes are out here, this hip's not probably going to make it forward. Some people can do it, but most people can't. So we've got to rotate the hip a little bit more. Open up those arms. My hands touch, they don't have to touch. Inhale here, drop the ribs, pull the belly in. One more. As you exhale, release your hands to the floor, step back to a downward dog. Hips high in the sky. Come forward to a high plank. Lower to your knees or halfway down chaturanga. Roll over your toes, upward dog or low cobra, downward dog as you exhale, hips in the air. Stepping your right foot forward, hold the lunge first. Find everything squaring to center. Find your energy, find your stability, find your power. Knee over ankle, breathe. And then we're going to turn that back foot on its side. Warrior One as we come up and we check it out. So straighten the leg first and then bend into it so the knee is over the ankle or maybe a little bit in front of it for some. The back toes are turned in. It's heel to heel alignment or wider for some of us, like myself lately. I feel that I need to be wider. And then turn that back hip and the shoulders forward, arms up, breathe. Good. Ribs to hips, pelvic floor lifts, inhaling and exhaling. As you empty the breath, we return to the floor, downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Inhale to your high plank. Exhale through a vinyasa your way. Upward dog, and downward dog is where we stay. Bring your feet together. Float your left leg in the air. Left leg steps through. Warrior one, inhale. Open up to warrior two as you exhale. Hold here. Pull in two directions. Again, knee over the ankle, lined up with the second, third toe, lined up with your hip bones. Your right foot now is a little bit more, maybe 90 degrees of a turn, reaching in two directions. Eye gaze towards your middle finger. Reach back with your right arm, reach forward with your left arm. One more breath, warrior two. As you exhale, windmill back to the front. Step back, high plank. Lower down, chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. So those chaturangas, you can add to them, you can subtract from them, you can just come to down dog or child's pose. Right leg steps through, left foot turns, warrior one, arms up, inhale. Open up, exhale, warrior two. Same thing, pulling in two directions from center. Reach your arms forward, reach your arms back. Outer hips open out, inner thigh squeeze in. Breathe. Eye gaze to the right middle finger. Breathe in, breathe out. Settle in for a few breaths. Just notice what's going on in the body. This is a powerful pose. One more breath. As you exhale, windmill down. Chaturanga, your way. Upward, downward dogs, or any variations. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. So if you're here in downward dog and you need a break, go to your knees. That's cool. One more breath. Left leg comes forward, right foot turns. Warrior one, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip palms, reach forward. Right arm down, left arm up. Reverse your warrior. Think about drawing your right hip towards your left knee and lifting out of your torso so you're not dumping into that spine. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Maybe your eye gaze goes to your right hand, left hand, maybe it goes to your right hand. Two more breaths, inhale and exhale, one more breath. As you exhale, release down to the floor. Windmill around, take your vinyasa, skip it, add to it. You know, you do you. Downward dog, hips up in the air. Right foot comes forward, left foot turns. Warrior one, inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two, hang in there. Flip palms, reach forward, left arm down, right arm up, left hip towards right. Lift up and over. Maybe your eye gaze goes up, maybe it goes down. Keep pulling that right knee forward and keep adjusting that left hip towards the right knee. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Empty the breath, windmill down. Vinyasa. Up and down dogs. Hips up in the air. Settle in and breathe. Take your knees if you need to. Adjust whatever you need to adjust. One more breath. Left leg forward, right foot turns. Warrior one, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Flip palms, reach forward. Inhale, release into a reverse warrior. And then straighten front leg. Arms come up shoulder height. Maybe adjust the back foot in. Flip your palms, reach forward. Reach the left arm down, right arm up. Maybe your hand is on your leg. Maybe it's above your knee, but not on your knee. Or maybe to the floor, or shin, or block. Breathe, or big toe grip. So try to adjust so that your shoulders are stacked, your hips are stacked, and your back is as if it were against a wall. One more big breath. As you empty the breath, windmill down, face front. Vinyasa, upward dogs, and downward dogs in the air. Right foot forward, left foot turns. Warrior one, arms up, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Notice how we're moving with the breath. Flip your palms, inhale, left arm down. Exhale here. Inhale, rise back up, warrior two, straighten the front leg, sorry. Now back foot moves in perhaps. Move your hips left, arms right, torso right. And then reach down for your foot, shin, or block, anything but your knee. And open up the arms. Stay here as if you were leaning against a wall. Lift that bottom side of your body up. Lift your knees up, protect. Couple of extra breaths. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Empty the breath and windmill down. Face the front of the room. Step back. Do your vinyasa. Meet in downward facing dog. Breathe. Hang your head. Soften your knees and walk your hands and feet together towards the middle of your mat. So just take a couple steps forward with your hands, or back with your hands, a couple steps forward with your feet, and fold yourself in half. Bend your knees enough that your hands, the heel of your hands is on the floor. So if you don't need to, don't. And then begin to straighten the legs while keeping the hands on the floor if you have that. And fold your body in half, chin to chest, belly button pulls up, pelvic muscles draw up. And then ragdoll, push through the bottoms of your feet, roll up slowly. Roll the shoulders back and around a couple times. Bring your feet a little bit closer to touching. Maybe they touch, maybe you need a little bit more width. Tuck the tailbone underneath your hands in prayer. Shift your weight to your left leg and lift your right leg off the floor. Flex the foot. Kick the foot behind you, dip your belly, arch your back, and then release your arms and tilt. Good. Right knee comes back to your chest. Open the right knee to the side. Place it in your inner thigh or below your knee or back on the floor. Find tree pose, nice and strong and stable in that left leg. Push down through the left leg. Engage your quadricep muscles. Open your hip out. One more breath. Bring the right foot to the floor. Separate your feet hips width apart and fold over your legs. Let your head go, sway a little side to side. Take your peace finger grip around your big toes. Lengthen your spine, halfway lift. As you exhale, draw the elbows out to the side, head to the shins. Pull your toes and push your fingers at the same time. Head towards your shins and breathe. Relax your neck. Make sure you're not lifting your shoulder blades up to your ears. Halfway lift, inhale. Pull against your toes. Exhale, release your hands and ragdoll over your legs and round your spine to come up slowly. Heel toe your feet together, hands in prayer. Shift the weight to the right leg, lift the left leg up a little higher than your hip, around the belly button height, and then kick that leg out behind you, dip your belly, arch your back, find some stability through that foot. Release the arms. And slowly return, knee to chest. Open the knee to the side. Take your foot above or below. And press evenly into the inner thigh. Press evenly through that right hip. Nice and tall and strong. One more breath. And then release that left foot forward and down. Separate your feet, soften your knees, and fold over your legs. Come to your fingertips, shins are a block. Lift your toes up. Slide your hands all the way underneath your feet so that you wrap your big toe around your wrist. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, elbows out to the side, head to the shins. Push and pull at the same time. Inhale and exhale. Another breath. Halfway lift, inhale. Release your hands. Release the wrists, roll them around. Ragdoll yourself to stand. Roll the shoulders back and around again. Good. Step your feet together at the top of your mat, hands in prayer. Inhale and exhale. Open your eyes, press your arms up. Exhale, take that swan dive down to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, left foot back, Low lunge. Turn your left foot on its side, warrior one, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Flip your palms, reach forward, left arm down, right arm up. Now straighten your front leg and reach out. If you have to adjust that back leg, adjust it. Triangle pose, hold here for 3, for 2, for 1. Now bring your left hand on your left hip, bend your right knee, reach your right hand forward, maybe you need a block, or to the side, and then begin to lift that left leg off the floor, however you get it there, stacking shoulders, stacking hips, rotating open, maybe the left arm comes up, maybe your eye gaze goes up. Take your time. Now looking down at the floor is going to be much more stable than looking up in the air. It's okay though. One more breath. Lower your left hand to the floor. Square your hips. Bring your left knee to your chest and step the left leg next to the right as you ragdoll to standing. Roll the arms and shoulders back, bring the arms overhead. Bring your hands to prayer, bring your left leg up. Float it back behind you, dip your belly, arch your back. Tuck your, or press your feet down. Whoops. And then bring your knee to your chest. Open up, tree pose. Hands in prayer. Breathe. Lengthen out of that right leg. Get nice and stable in that right leg. Feet together. Hands in prayer. Inhale, arms up overhead. Swan dive, exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Right foot steps back. Exhale, low lunge for a moment. Hug it in. Then turn the back foot on its side. Warrior 1, inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Flip palms, reach forward, inhale, arm down, exhale, stay. Left leg straightens, arms come up, adjust the back leg as needed. Triangle pose for 3, for 2, for 1. Now right hand to your hip, bend your left knee, left hand in front or to the side or on a block, and begin to float that right leg off the floor, stacking shoulders, stacking hips, flex, nice and strong. Maybe the right arm comes up. Really work it hard. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Right arm down, hips square, left knee to your chest, and then step the feet together, ragdoll to stand all the way up. Bring the arms with you. Bring your hands in prayer, bring your right leg to your chest. Extend that right leg behind you, dip your belly, arch your back. Inhale, bring it in. Open up your hip. Foot above or below the knee, tree pose, Vrikshasana. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Feet together on the floor. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, left foot steps back, low lunge. Turn your left foot on its side, warrior 1, inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. You getting the pattern? Flip your palms, reach out, left arm down, right arm up. Good, straighten the front leg. Move your back foot in, reach out, reach out, reach out. Right arm down, left arm up. Breathe. Left hand to your hip, soften front knee. Reach the right arm in front or to the side and fly. Breathe. Inhale. Listen carefully, I'm flipping it up. One more big breath. Left hand down, hips are squared. Left leg back, low lunge. Right arm up, twist. Open. Hug right hip towards left hip. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Right hand down. Step your left foot to your right foot, top of the mat. Forward fold, hang your head, roll up slowly. Bring the arms up overhead. Hands to your heart as your left leg comes up. Fly, dip your belly, arch your back. Bring the left knee to your chest. Open to tree. Balance. Strength, stability, power. Right leg is strong. Feet together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, low lunge. Inhale, turn the foot, warrior 1. Open up, warrior 2 as you exhale. Flip palms, reach forward, right arm down, left arm up. Straighten front leg, reach out. Triangle pose your way, however you need it. For 3, for 2, For 1, right hand to the hip, left knee bends, left hand in front or to the side, float it up, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon balance. For 3, hang it, 2, 1. Now right hand comes down, hips square, right leg steps back, low lunge, left arm opens up, twist, breathe. Inhale, hug the hip towards the center and exhale. Keep breathing, 2. And 1 more. As you exhale, left hand comes down. Right foot steps to left, top of the mat. Exhale, fold over. Hi, Alyssa. Roll through your spine. Come up, arms up. Bring your hands to prayer, right knee up. Exhale, right leg back, dip your belly, arch your back. Inhale, come back, find your tree pose. Right leg plugs in, left side. Press down firmly, strongly, breathe. Feet together, top of the mat. Open up your feet a little bit wider than hips width apart. Turn your toes out. Drop your seat in between your your heels and just maybe sway a little side to side. So here, there's all sorts of things you can do, right? You can stay exactly as they are. You can bind. You can take bird of paradise. Or you can take your arms out in front of you and just reach your fingertips forward. And I like to pull my belly into my spine and round my spine. It just feels good to me in that pelvic basin. And then I'm pushing my knees and my arms against each other. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm going to plant my palms on the floor. Now, if I'm in the same position, my knees are on the outside of my triceps. So I might start rocking forward and back a couple times. And I'm going to keep the knees on the outside of my triceps. And maybe I'm going to take a crow from here. It's just a little different entry into crow. If you're used to plugging your arms in your triceps, just give this a try and see how it feels. So I'm going to come forward just a little bit, looking forward. Maybe I'm going to shift my weight enough that my feet are going to lift off the floor. And then maybe my heels will come to my buttocks. So stay where you are and breathe. Do what you can. Hi, Renee. Do what you can do in this pose. And when you're done playing, let's go back into that Malasana garland pose and reach the arms out in front of you, hugging knees against triceps again. 1 more breath. As you exhale, plant your palms, lift your hips, turn your toes forward and just shake out your hips from side to side, bending the knees, maybe lifting the heels, chin to chest, roll up slowly, come on up to standing. Keep your feet wide, that's fine, arms up overhead. Right arm grips, left wristlet up and over to the right side. So think about, like I said, that stability ball behind me. Now it's under my right side body. And pull. Inhale, rise to center, up and over to the other side, pulling right wrist, lifting up and over. And then rise back up. Open up the arms like a goal pose. Tuck your tailbone under, ribs towards hips, just pressing forward. Exhale, fold, wrap right arm on top of left arm, bind. Lift your heart up. Exhale, fold through center, arms to the floor, fingers pointing towards the floor. Head down, legs bent or straight as needed. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe we sway a little side to side. And then bring the chin to the chest, roll up through your spine, take your time. Bring your arms down into your midline. Don't rest on your boobies. Okay, lift them up. Walk your feet together. Inhale. And exhale, bend your knees. And stand back up. Arch back. Bend your knees. Drive through your feet, lift up. Exhale, bend through your knees, lift your right heel. Take your right leg, cross it over once or twice, and come into your bind of your eagle wrap. Elbows in the midline of your body. You can have a foot on the floor or you can double bind. But what I want you to think about is getting your hips squared to each other. 1 more breath. Rise up and uncross, arms up. Exhale, left arm under right. Nope, left arm over right. Lift your arms up. Exhale, fold through your center. Hang your head. Sway a little side to side. Notice again, even though this is a pose we do on both sides all the time, we still have one side that's more favored, yeah? Come back to center. So notice if it's this side or the other. And then ragdoll, and all you have to do is notice it. It doesn't really matter. Just notice. Exhale, arms in, chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms in, chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms in chair. Lift your left heel up. Cross it over right leg and tuck your tailbone to center. Maybe you bind that leg twice. Maybe you touch the floor. I like to also think sometimes putting a block under that foot is nice. So square up hips, everything centered. Breathe in, breathe out. And then release arms and legs. Hands to prayer, exhale. Stand to the top of your mat. We're going to do that floor one more time, gang. Open up your eyes, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Halfway lift, inhale. Right leg steps back, exhale. We're in a low lunge. Inhale, turn the right foot on the side, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip palms, right arm down as you exhale. Straighten left leg, inhale, adjust the back leg as needed. Reach out, triangle, exhale, stay here for 3, for 2, for 1. Right hand to right hip, left knee bends, left hand in front or to the side, right leg floats up, Ardha Chandrasana. Stay here for 3, for 2, for 1. Right arm down, right leg back, low lunge twist, left arm comes up, inhale. And as you exhale, left hand comes down, right foot comes to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and fold as you exhale. And then ragdoll to stand, arms come overhead, right knee comes up, and we fly. Dip your belly, arch your back. Right knee comes to chest. Open up the leg, place it for tree, and hold for 3, 2, and maybe you guessed it, right arm under left, right leg over left, eagle pose. We added on for 3, 2, 1. Stand up, release, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Halfway lift, inhale. Left leg steps back, exhale, low lunge. Left foot turns on its side, warrior one, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, flip palms, reach back, left arm down, exhale. Right leg straightens, adjust, inhale, triangle, and exhale for 3, for 2, for 1. Left arm to hip, right knee bends, reach out, Ardha Chandrasana. Left arm comes up, stacking shoulders and hips for 3, for 2, for 1. Left arm down, hips squared, left leg goes back, right arm opens up, twist. And as you exhale, right hand comes down, left foot meets right top of the mat. Exhale, fold, ragdoll to stand, right leg comes up, fly, breathe, dip your belly, arch your back. I hope I'm on the right leg. If I'm not, switch. Right knee to chest, plug it in. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And then right arm under left, right leg over left. This may be the same side, I'm sorry. Switch legs and arms if it is. And then rise up, unwind. Exhale, open your feet a little wider, fold down. Sway a little side to side, it's all good. It's just moving the body and breathing. That's all we're doing here. Hands on floor, shins or blocks, halfway lift. Plant your palms, high step, step. One more vinyasa, upward and downward facing dogs, hips up in the air. Bring your knees wide on your mat, as wide or wider than your mat. Push your hips back and bring your hands in between your feet, bringing your left ear to the mat, reaching your fingers behind you. See if you can let the shoulders fold forward towards the floor so there's no tension in the neck. And then turn the proverbial other cheek. your way back to center. Reach your arms out in front of you. Stretch them nice and broad. Push the hips all the way back to the heels. And then rise to your hands and knees into a cat stretch. Pull the belly in. Push the heel of the hand down. Tuck the tailbone. Arch your back. Dip your belly. Broaden your collarbones. And then cross left leg in front of right. Sit back on your heels or behind your heels. And we started this way. So adjust yourself into a seated position. Hands on top of knees to pull your shoulders down and chest forward. And then gaze over your right shoulder. Take your left arm to the right thigh. Right arm behind you tented. Lift your chest up and rotate to the right side. Keeping length in your cervical spine. Right arm reaches up and over to the left side. Keep grounding that right hip. Right arm crosses, lift your chest. Chin to chest, roll backwards away from your sitting bones. Inhale, rise up and switch the arms, looking over your left shoulder. Left arm up and over to the right side. Left arm crosses, one more time, chin to chest, roll backwards. And then come back to center. Open your arms behind your back, fingers point in if you can. Undo your legs, shake them out if you need to. Bend the knees so the feet are in line with your sitting bones, your heels, and then lift your hips up, point your knees towards the front, let your head maybe drop back, but keep your legs or your tush lifted, right? Shoulders are open. This is a big stretch for the front of your shoulders, your biceps as well. And come on down to the floor. Good. I'm going to shift my mat the other way. You stay where you are. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your legs into your staff pose, Dandasana. Legs out in front of you. Arms by your side. Nice and strong, so your shoulders are stacked over your hands, your wrists. My toes are turned up towards my face. I might have to move forward so you see me when I go down. And then creep your fingers forward and just tent your fingers by your knees, or maybe your arms are not that long. Turn the toes up, press the thighs down, pull the kneecaps up, pull the heels away, lift your chest up. And then float your arms off the floor, but keep your legs very, very active. And bring the palms together, interlace and release thumb and forefinger. Bring your chin to your chest, round and curl. Pull that belly in, flex the feet. And then inhale, rise up, arms up. And as we round and curl this time, we're going to bring our arms to the right side, keeping our bodies centered as much as we can. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to the left side, pull the belly in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, chin to chest. Now point your toes and round your spine. And then roll down to the floor, coming all the way down. So I'm just going to move up just a little bit so you can see me, and come all the way down to the floor. Take your arms over your head. Reach your arms so your hands are still in the same position. Palms are together. First two fingers are released. As you exhale, bring your right leg up and point your toes towards it. Head and shoulders down, leg down. Exhale, left leg up, head and shoulders towards it. Come back down. Can we do that one more time each side? Lift up, reach, reach, reach towards your toes. Exhale down, one more time, left side, inhale. Exhale, reach, 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 reach. Arms down, legs down. Release your arms down by your side. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor. Reach your fingertips towards your heels so they kind of graze your heels. Keep your knees in line with your hips, in line with your ankles, second, third toe. Now, if you can see my back right here, with me just in a comfortable position, my back is pretty arched and I can fit my whole fist, my whole arm underneath my back. So now I'm going to tilt my pelvis so that my back imprints and I can't any longer get my arms underneath my back. Reach your arms by your side. Imprint your spine so that your pubic bone points towards the ceiling. And all I want you to lift here are your glutes. I want your back on the floor. So squeeze your glutes tight. If you can or want to, it's nice to have a block, or if you have a Pilates ball or something you can put between your knees to kind of keep you honest, and squeeze. It'll activate a whole different set of muscles as well. And then we're going to release the hips back to the floor. I'm still going to keep my imprinted spine, right? I'm not going to go back to that spine there. And now I'm going to lift my hips up off the floor, my glutes up off the floor, and then I'll start to peel my spine up off the floor. Heel in line with my buttocks, pulling my knees forward, drawing ribs towards hips, so I'm not dumping into that lower back for this arch. I'm keeping a nice long line of diagonal from my knees to my shoulders. One more breath. Articulate down, that means upper back first, middle back, then lower back to the floor. Take the block out and windshield wiper your legs. That's if you had a block in. Now I do like you to try, if you'd like, to put the block there, and maybe if you do a wheel today with the block in between your legs. It's a little challenging. So if not, you're going to go back into another bridge. You can either choose to just squeeze your glutes or lift the whole back until your shoulder blades off the floor. So here we are. Everybody come up into bridge. Reach your fingers forward. Maybe you interlace your arms, your palms underneath you. And then we're going to try, and I always say try, bringing the hands by the shoulders, coming lightly to the top of the head, and maybe pushing off the floor, either in a bridge with your block between your with a block between your knees, or maybe you dropped it, and then push up. Breathe in and out. To come out of it, head down first, upper, mid, then lower back to the floor. Now go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Breathe in, breathe out, rock on your spine. A little bit side to side. Let's take a happy baby pose. Take your big toe grip or your outer foot grip, or maybe the bottom of your feet, maybe underneath your hamstrings. Inhaling and exhaling. If you like to rock side to side, rock side to side. Let your core fire up so you don't fall over to either side. Breathe in, breathe out. Imagine that you're standing on a floor or on the ceiling, and take your tailbone to the floor. Drop those ribs under, and then the knees come on the outside of your rib cage. One more breath. Now gently release whatever grip you have and hug the knees back to the chest. Round and curl your spine here. Extend your legs in the air, tailbone down. Maybe you reach your hands to your feet, breathe. Maybe your hands are behind your head and you're still reaching up. And then lower your head, arms by your side. Option to be supported on your back and just keep your legs in the air. Another option is to go maybe to plow, raise your legs up as you bring your arms up your back so you're in your shoulder stand. If you don't want to go into a full plow, then maybe you just take a little bit of that momentum lift into the air. But whatever you're doing, don't turn your head. So that's the most important thing I can tell you right now. Just have to let my little whistle. All right, so legs up in the air for your shoulder stand. It's a powerful pose. It's one of the most powerful poses that we do. It's a challenging pose, and it's a very core active pose as well. If you want more core, there's another little fun little pose that we can do. And so your legs are in the air, and perhaps you lift one arm up, or the other arm up, or perhaps, and it's challenging, I don't know if I can do it today, my core is very, very active, and then I'm going to lift both my arms to my feet without my legs going crazy. When you're done, arms come back to your back, feet back in plow, roll down, and let your back be on the floor so that you are now in a 90-degree angle at your hips, feet over your hips, arms by your side, tailbone sinks down to the earth. Couple of breaths here. And then bring your knees to your chest. Round and curl your spine. Let's take one more spinal twist here. Arms out to the side, hips move left, knees fall right. I always like a spinal twist after a back bend. And then let's take it to the other side. And then come back to the center, hug your knees into your chest one more time. If there's anything else you'd like to do right now, feel free to take that. If not, lay on your back. Settle into your final Shavasana. Bring your arms by your side, palms facing up, away from your body. Let your legs open out to the side. Scan your body from head to toe and toe to head. And just notice if there's any tension that remains in your body. And just kind of direct your breath into those areas. So from the top of the head to your brow, to your eyes, the eyelids. Send the message, relax, let go. To your cheeks, your jaw, your nose, your ears. Most importantly, the inside of your head. Let go of any thoughts, actions, decisions that you think you need to make. Empty out. Your chest, the fronts and backs of your shoulders, the upper back, the mid-back and the lower back, the abdomen, the pelvis, the pelvic floor muscles now relax. The shoulders, the tops and bottoms and the fronts and backs of your arms, your wrists, your palms, your fingers, your quadriceps and hamstrings, the fronts and backs of your legs are soft, so your knees are relaxed. Your calves and shins. Your ankles, the tops and bottoms of your feet, your toes. All relax. Count backwards from 10 with the word relax in between each number. 10, relax, 9, relax. You may get to 0, you may not make it there. You may have to start over. And allow your body to completely surrender into the mat as you say the mantra of relax. And as always, if you have the opportunity to stay longer in your Shavasana, please stay. If you need to come out, begin to breathe deeply. Begin to move your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Draw your knees lovingly up to your chest. Make your way onto either side into a comfortable seat. When you get to your comfortable seat, just bring your hands back to your heart center.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace to all. Take this opportunity to give yourself a little gratitude moment. And I take this opportunity in gratitude to you. And so now as we bow down to each other, to the light, the peace, the goodness within, we share Namaste, Satnam, go in peace. I want to thank you all for being here this morning. Thank you for your, hey Jan, I thought you guys were working. Thank you for your commitment to your yoga practice that you've stayed at home and continued with. I don't know what's happening yet in the real world outside of my house, so stay tuned for any announcements that might be coming up about openings of gyms and studios in Broward and Palm Beach counties. I, for one, will still be home most of the time, so you know where to find me. So I thank you so much for being here right for now. Stay home, stay healthy, stay fit. I'll see ya.